All right, we're back live. I'm not sure what happened. YouTube decided to just stop being live. So I don't know if there's some new rule that once you hit 22 minutes, it goes away. But so we're back. Um,
I cook it a meatball.
and the goblin's back too, as well, as you can see. By the way, one of our most popular videos is the goblin video. So it's funny, the live stream that we did actually that Shu and I did in the interview is one of our top rated live streams. Is the which is crazy. But having fun and goofing off a little bit with a focus of what you're trying to do, I think actually matters. And that's literally what the cookbook's all about.
Yeah.
Ken Cook. So for those of you that didn't know about the other live stream, this is part 2 of it because the first one crashed. Is we are talking about our cookbook, the Ken Cook Cook, and it is a mock manual designed as a cookbook. So like the idea of taking our assets, putting stuff in here, but showing off how we can talk about safety, how we can talk about technical communications, how do we talk about writing, publishing, and then even taking it to a digital version. We have a digital manual of it as well, or a digital cookbook, I should say, of it, with all these functions and pieces to go along with it. And what we're trying to figure out is we are going to be giving away a bunch of these at the AEM Safety Product and Compliance Safety and Stewardship Conference in Nashville, Tennessee, of which I'm speaking at a couple times. And I've been working on with a lot of great people. My goal is during my presentations is to give out these cookbooks to anybody who wants to try them out, with the idea that hopefully it generates maybe some business for us so people can have some fun. They laugh a little bit. They also get some recipes and they get to see some of our work. So we want to start leading up and start building out assets to lead up to this. So people know, hey, the cookbook, I want to get the cookbook. How do I get the cookbook? That kind of stuff. It also holds us to the fire a little bit because this is about 95% done. It's not done yet. Where I can kind of like, hey guys, people are expecting this book. And if we don't have this done by then, like we're in trouble, that kind of idea. So it's just another way to kind of help get everybody like push this across the finish line and that kind of stuff. So right now we wrote down some stuff about the customer that'll be there. And so we know the people that are there are heavy equipment engineers. They work in heavy equipment manufacturing, things like that. They're engineers. They work in technical communications. So they're probably doing manuals, writing manuals, building training, access, stuff like that for those. So that's the kind of people that are in this direct audience. They're safety engineers, and there's a good chunk of the management services or directors that are in that specific division too as well. So these are the audience that we're going to be talking to. So we're trying to figure out now, how do we market to it? Now, Shu keeps on saying, I'm going to cook it a meatball over and over again, which I don't understand other than we can make meatballs, and we can do that. I mean, that's maybe a way to do it, is we make a meatball video or something like that. But the truth is, like, making food videos takes time and money that we really don't have.
Yeah.
Not to say we can't do some of those, and there's probably very specific ones we'd probably want to target if we were to do that. And we'd have very specific ways we'd want to do that and line that up. So some cooking videos probably is not a terrible idea. But I think for this audience, the type of the stuff we need to do is, I think we just simply start saying like, hey, we're going to be at the Product Safety Compliance Conference. We have this cookbook. Come see how this cookbook works. And then building the assets around it. So like Shu is going to build an asset that I already asked him to build, which is showing how to take that illustration or exploded view of a lasagna, and then showing people how they make that into a 3D model. And then from that, we can build some assets to say, hey, we'll have this available and you'll be able to check this out live at the Product Safety and Compliance, at the Product Safety and Stewardship Conference. I really don't like the name. Stewardship doesn't make sense to me. I love you folks at AEM. I just don't like the name. So, but the come see the cookbook or come get the cookbook is kind of the idea. So I think us building a video where we're literally directly telling people, hey, come get the cookbook, or see these things, right? So building the assets and how we build it and that kind of stuff is a good one. Maybe a meeting where we're showing us all with the final, like, hey guys, we got to get this across the table. Yeah. How do we make sure we finish this? Maybe like a recorded meeting of all of us in a room, like going over like what needs to be done left, how do we get this out? How do we make sure this goes? I think that'd be a good one.
We should get a circular table and then
we have one upstairs.
An overhead light around us with a bunch of screens around us and stuff like that, and kind of make it look like Dr. Strangelove. How I feel.
Okay, first of all, I love that idea. Second of all, how do we do that?
Video.
So
promotional video.
So what we can do is we can shoot us with a table and bring it down to the green screen, and then you can make a backdrop with a bunch of screens, or just straight up take from the Stanley Kubrick from the Criterion Collection and just no. But I don't hate that. But like we don't have a thing with a bunch of screens, so like we got to think about this quick and simple
Yeah,
too
yeah,
as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like that's just it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the editing goblin maybe talking about it a little bit. Like I think it'd be kind of cool if the editing goblin was like I'm supposed to be editing. Why am I building this? Why am I building this 3D model?
It'd be really funny if I was shoving a bunch of food in my face through the mouth hole of goblin costume.
This is really good.
Yeah,
Like he's like,
with these hands.
yeah. Is there any goblin food in this? Did we put any goblin recipes in this?
No.
The editing goblin approved. That's actually kind of funny. We take one of these and like you eat it and like put editing goblin approved.
Yeah, it'd be a picture of me like with the goblin mask or whatever,
Like-
just thumbs up.
Or just the thumb, like with
Yeah.
like you take a picture of the thumb from the
Oh yeah.
probably like the editing goblin approved. I think that's actually I genuinely think that's funny,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. All right. So I do like your idea of a round table
Mhm.
kind of discussion kind of thing. I think that's actually kind of really cool. The screen thing, like from Doctor Strangelove, unfortunately, I don't see how we could do. We could have a screen, maybe two, right?
Like,
Like,
we just make it black and white. Try to. Nobody really knows that movie.
what are you talking about?
Nobody really knows that movie.
Doctor Strangelove?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Nobody really knows.
It's like
that
Stanley
movie.
Kubrick's like one of his most famous movies. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Doctor Strangelove? I mean, it's no Space Odyssey, but
Yeah, Space Odyssey.
Dr.
Shining,
Strangelove.
Shining.
what the hell's that?
The Shining.
Oh, The Shining, yes.
Yeah, The Shining. I would even say like
There's a Shine.
Eyes
Like, I've
Wide
never heard of
Shut.
it.
is-
Stop,
is
stop,
way more
stop,
famous
stop,
than
stop,
Doctor
stop,
Strangelove.
stop.
Spartacus. Wait,
Stop.
no, not Spartacus. What was that? Yeah,
Spartacus.
Spartacus. No, not Spartacus. That wartime movie.
Doctor Strangelove?
No,
Full Metal Jacket?
that's probably way more famous than Doctor Strangelove. Clockwork Orange is way more famous.
Then Doctor Strangelove?
Spartacus.
Yeah, I know. You missed it like on the live stream. If we go back and rewind it, like I was like, it's Spartacus. I literally turned.
I thought
on-
I knew it. Yeah, I mean, I've seen all of these except for Barry Lyndon. I would say the most famous one. that
You know
he
his
has-
best work by far.
What?
AI. That was by far his best work.
AI.
Yeah,
No.
AI. Steven Spielberg finished it for him because he died in the middle of making it. Look it up. Haley Joel Osment.
Artificial intelligence.
What? You've probably seen it, right?
No, I haven't. The only reason why I know Haley Joel Osment as a name is because he was in Sixth Sense, and then that movie got dropped. That name, Haley Joel Osment, got dropped in a Kendrick Lamar song.
Haley Joel Osment is hilarious.
Yeah, I only
His adult performances are some of the funniest things. The stuff that he's doing right now, like
he was in his he was in Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I know. I've never seen that movie. The only reason why I know is because
you never saw Sixth Sense?
Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar drops a line about Sixth Sense and then name dropped Haley Joel Osment.
Because he got
That is
nominated for
the
an Academy
only
Award. He
reason
was like
why.
he was like 8 years old and got nominated for Academy Award.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for that movie. Yeah.
But no, I've never seen AI.
Yeah. Well, it's another, you know.
But Strangelove, I don't think a lot of people know.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Doctor Strangelove is a fun movie?
It's a fun movie. I'm just saying not a lot of people know about it.
I mean, I've watched it hundreds of times.
Yeah, but you also love movies.
I do love movies.
You know, if I mention Doctor Strangelove to like somebody my age or something like that, they're gonna be like, "What is that?"
Yeah, but it's an age thing. Like
I
that's
don't think that's an age thing.
yeah. I mean, there's tons of movies that are amazing that came out before I was born that I watched.
I think a lot of people in my generation know of Stanley Kubrick because he is similar to Wes
Because he
Anderson
was
in that
because he
style.
like theoretically was a gross human being.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Shelley Duvall. No, seriously, everybody loves Shelley Duvall. And so, because of what he did to her on The Shining, like cast and stuff like that, that was
Sure.
like a big thing on TikTok as well. People were talking about all that.
Really?
whatever. Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So a lot of people know Stanley Kubrick. I don't think they know Doctor Strangelove.
I don't know. It's probably my favorite of his films. And by probably, I mean it definitely is. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that my generation Stanley Kubrick is Quentin Tarantino. Is my generation's Stanley Kubrick. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. The type of director, the type of films
Yeah.
he produces and creates, and he writes and directs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that very specific style. and
Yeah,
that-
yeah, I would say that my generation is
Mine is Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson's my generation.
Nah, dude.
Wes Anderson's in his 40s.
Yeah.
He's Bottle Rocket.
Yeah.
He's definitely my generation.
Moonrise Kingdom, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, again, they're my generation though. I'm just saying that it's not your generation. It's not. Like your generation would be
What?
I don't know
Jordan Peele?
who's a really bad director right now that's really popular.
Bad. Jordan Peele's a really popular director.
Jordan Peele is awesome, first of all.
Phenomenal director.
I've never watched a single movie I didn't like from him.
Yeah.
They're
feel
all
like he-
they're all messed up and awesome. I
He
love
kind
all
of
of them.
fits into that.
I mean, yeah,
He has
I
a
mean, maybe
very
because he.
specific style of horror and like.
Do you think he's a Gen Z like relatable person? Like, I mean, he's also in his 40s. He's
I don't
also
think
my
he's-
age.
But that's the thing.
He didn't become a director until later because he was, comedy
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But he was Mad TV for
Yeah,
forever
yeah,
and stuff
right.
like that.
And Key and Peele and all
Key and Peele
that.
for 4 or 5 years or whatever that was. And, yeah, who is your generations? Like, I could tell you easily. Like my generation's also like Kevin Smith and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
I have very specific people that I followed early on. Like I had the, when Clerks came out or Slacker and like those movies and stuff like
Dogma.
that. Well, I'm saying not even Kevin Smith movies, but like
Yeah,
a bunch of those early independent movies that like when I was like 17, 18,
Yeah,
were just
yeah.
obsessed with. That you have to have those movies for your generation, don't you?
I don't.
Or maybe it's more TikToks.
I don't
Or
think
YouTube
so.
videos.
I think it's more so the production house A24. I think them specifically, like I don't know if they're production house or distributor or whatever. They are like Gen Z. Like anytime.
Does your generation
A24.
not have a mainstream or indie director that people are just dying to work with or want to do work with and stuff like that?
I don't know.
You guys
truthfully,
have to, right?
No, I think the thing is that because it's so readily available to be able to make a movie, getting to A24 is the thing that you want to do as a young director or
Because it's not necessarily about the director; it's more about getting the asset made. So
no,
it's like
on distribution. Because A24 does distribution. As
Yeah.
soon as somebody finds out A24 has a hand in something, they're going to be like, "This is going to be a good film." That's I don't know if you saw.
there's lots of bad movies from A24 as well. I can show you a bunch of them.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Dix the musical.
I actually like that.
That was terrible.
I thought it was funny.
I
Actually.
thought it was god awful.
I laughed. I laughed very hard.
I laughed at very minimal parts of it.
I laughed pretty hard actually the entire time. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was terrible.
I didn't say it was a good movie, but I laughed very
But
hard.
yeah,
Yeah, but I also like
you
really.
hate.
I
you
love
terrible.
I love a really bad movie, especially a movie that's trying to be good.
Yeah.
That is just terrible.
Yeah.
I fall in love with that so hard. Like I'm
right.
and I would put that in one of those
Mm-hmm.
films. Yes, I would definitely.
Was Bottoms A24?
Yeah, it's A24. Sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie though.
I thought it was all right.
I didn't like that.
I liked it. I thought it was funny. Marshawn Lynch is in it for some
Yeah,
reason.
'cause-
I'm like, this is
Well,
hilarious.
I mean, Marshawn Lynch and anything. Like you could like. I mean, do you remember he had Beast Mode, the TV show or whatever?
yeah.
That was awesome. Like like he's in something. Like he was like my favorite. Which remember the fantasy football was it the League show, right? Like and he would
I
spoke in
love
that
that
all the time.
show.
Like oh my god, anything he was in, that guy's just absolutely hilarious. That guy is awesome. All right, let's think about this a little bit more then.
What's the premise of the video? Is it going to just be like, hey, we got to get this done so that?
Yeah, I think we straight up we run that like a real war room kind of scenario. Hey, we need this finished by like I can't dress like Hitler, but you know what I mean, like
yeah, from
no, or
just like Kanye,
or like or be in a wheelchair even. Like I should probably be in a wheelchair with
Yeah.
my arm flailing up all the time,
right.
like pretending like I'm
Yeah.
Elon Musk, giving my heart out to people. Yeah, no, we can't do any of that. So
Yeah, no.
there's no Doctor Strange love other than there's a table.
Yeah, yeah.
The more and more I
Maybe-
think about this,
maybe
is,
black
it
and
is
white.
it is straight up. We can make it black and white and very like, I think almost super serious.
Yeah.
Like we make it like
It has
almost
to be-
dramatic.
It has to be like that style of comedy where it's very dry.
I agree,
You know what I mean?
but I
really
think it'd be
that.
funny like I come and be like, guys, we need to hit this on this date, and you just see everybody go dead quiet, like as if like the super motivational thing, right, coming across,
Yeah.
and everybody just goes dead quiet and just sits there.
This guy.
And just waiting. And then I leave the room and they're like, all right, guys, let's actually get some work done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now that he's gone, we can finally get
Yeah.
this stuff done. Like everybody rolls their eyes. I'm like,
Who are we going to be able to get to participate in this?
I think Tony would do it.
Tony. For
I think,
sure. Leah.
I don't know if Leo would.
I think
We
if
can
me and
ask.
Tony- If me and Tony are going to be in, then Leo.
I could probably get a couple CSMs in it too as well. I wouldn't mind it actually if it was actually the people, like if it was actually like Christy and
Yeah.
I really appreciate it if it was actually the people that actually need to be in it. It would be kind of awesome if it was actually. Maybe we get Liz to come down for the day.
We get some extras.
Get my kids to sit at the table like this guy.
I think that'd be so.
This
funny.
guy.
I think that would be so funny. I can get Gray to come in for a day. They would love to.
This guy.
This guy.
I think that'd be a great way. Like, I think to really showcase, like, to actually get it done, like what we need to do, and actually line up with what it needs to be happening.
Yeah.
I think we actually need to write that up beforehand. Like, not a skit, but like this is very much like more of that openness. Like, hey, we need to make this happen for real.
Yeah.
Like, hey, the days are counting down. Like maybe a clock. Maybe make a digital clock where like a countdown is happening to have it done, because we need it. You got to think about it, because it has to be printed probably the week before, right? So it needs to be done by theoretically in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
right?
You could do it like that.
Like 24,
Yeah.
where it's like doot doot doot
Yeah.
doot, and he has like different scenarios, like different slides, of
Yes.
different. But we do it all vertical format, like everything's
Yeah.
vertical, so it's all like single cell from a phone, kind of like move around, right? I think that'd be hilarious. Actually, that's pretty funny. And it's just bland.
Yeah.
The entire it's just super bland. Like you just like people like walking in, like getting all serious, like, all right, we still don't have the photo for this. Hey, I need another one of these. Like it's just like that, coming in and out, like. But everybody's doing it, like different things, like
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Yeah. I think you're right though.
Yeah.
We do need to make at least one video on food, and it's got to be a really simple one.
Yeah.
Do we have anything that's just overly ridiculously easy, like you know what? I think it has to be a lasagna.
I don't think that's that easy to make, but we can do it.
Lasagnas are very easy to make.
I
make it all the time.
I've never made a lasagna.
It's very.
Warren, you Garfield.
I have kids that like. I have kids that don't eat a lot of different things, and if it's not cheese and noodles, it's hard for me to get to eat. So like I make baked macaroni probably once a week. I make ziti once a week.
Yeah.
I make a
You make
lasagna
ziti?
probably at least once a month.
That's the Italian coming out.
No, it's the cheap in me. It's a father who can barely afford to feed his children because the inflation's so insane with groceries and stuff like that. But pasta is still pretty cheap.
99 cents for.
Yeah, you get a box of pasta for
yeah.
and that kid feeds the kids for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're all skinny and ridiculous. They don't ever eat. They breathe. That's how they get their energy.
That's how I was as a kid.
There's a part of me that's like, yeah, good for you, right? But at the same time, like because there's also like those days, like my 8-year-old for some reason, right? Like he will just all of a sudden eat everything, and I do mean everything. So I bought on Sunday. On Sunday, I went to Woodman's. I don't know if anybody knows what Woodman's is out here, but Woodman's is like a huge Wisconsin grocery store chain. It's like a big selection, stuff like that. And I took my boys with me because the goal was just to get them out of the house for a couple hours so my wife could have just some peace and quiet for a couple hours was the main goal, and my daughter too. So I took them made them go to the grocery store with me, and we spent 2 hours there picking out different things. And it was mostly just picking out fruit and stuff like that. I came home with like a giant thing of oranges, big thing of blueberries, big thing of raspberries, big thing of blackberries, things like that. It was Sunday, right? Their first day of spring break is the next day, Monday, right? I come to work, I come home, and the last orange is being finished as I walk in the door. I'm like, that was 5 pounds of oranges. They're like, and it was all ate by one person. Wasn't ate by everybody in the family. My 8-year-old ate the entire bag of oranges. He also ate 4 apples, an entire thing of raspberries, an entire thing of strawberries. I'm like, this kid's where the heck is going with? And by the way, he's a rail. Like the kid he's ridiculously thin. Like, you know, and that's not even counting all the other stuff he ate too as well. Like that's just the fruit he ate. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
The volume that he can consume. And then he'll go a day, like 2 days later, I'll be like, I bought more oranges, more strawberries, more stuff and stuff like that. And then he'll go like a week without eating any of it. Like he won't touch it. He goes,
Yeah.
I can't win.
Yeah.
Because then he's like, nah, Dad, I'm not hungry. Because he stored it all on that one Monday.
Yeah, he's like a camel.
Yeah. He's still burning through that energy. Yeah,
No, he's like me, dude. It's you have those black hole days, is what we call them, where you feel like a black hole and you just want to consume as much food as possible.
You know what? I'm going to say something. I know I'm a fat guy. I don't have those days.
Yeah.
I don't have those days.
It was very much.
I did have a donut today, though,
and
I did have a thing of custard today because I took clients out for lunch. So I had took them to Cops. Yeah, so I had a milkshake, custard milkshake.
I took
and I had a chicken sandwich, of which I would say I've consumed in calories today probably 2,000 calories. My total daily amount probably has already been consumed in one meal. So, but it's not a bottomless pit. I'm full, and I'll be hungry later probably. Yeah. I've already. It's just the type of calories you eat, right? Like, but like you think about it, like all that fiber. Like he's not just drinking the juice from that stuff. Like he ate all that food, all the fiber that's in him. That's all come right out.
Yeah,
it's not staying in.
Right.
Yeah.
But same thing with all the vitamins and all that stuff.
Yeah. All right, so we've got some ideas and some concepts here, but let's make some short form, quick content that we can talk about the book.
We cut up a bunch of this stuff.
What's that? Well, I think you building out the lasagna stuff. We can make a bunch of little videos out of that. So we definitely want you to. I want you to focus on building out that, because then we're gonna the goal with that would be then taking it how do we then take it to a next level and make it so the AR becomes a part of the book.
QR code.
Yeah, I know. But the whole point is in the making of we're gonna take this. We put the QR code here. We're gonna scan it. We're gonna try. And I assume we're not gonna do it correctly the first time. Take that QR code, make it, put it on here, and it'll just work right away. Maybe it does, but but showing that process, I want to show the entire process of we take it. And I think one of the things we have to do is Tony's gonna get mad. Is we see if we can put the lasagna exploded view on the cover. Yeah. I think that needs to actually be the cover. I haven't actually seen that drawing. Actually, does it look good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Then do you think that'd go good on this?
Let's see how it looks first on the cover.
Yeah,
we can get a comparison.
We may have to go over and talk to Tony. He's going to get really mad at me because he likes things pretty, and it wouldn't look as pretty.
Technical.
That's the whole point, though, right? Yeah. He may get mad at me. He's probably, and by maybe I was he's definitely gonna get mad at me. I'm kind of scared of Tony. He was ex-military, worked in the bomb squad. You gotta be careful of that guy.
He can summon a dragon to go get you.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
He's a wizard.
All right, I think we got some ideas here. I think the most of the stuff we focus on lasagna. I think we do make a lasagna. I think next week you're in the office next week, right?
Yeah.
All right. I will bring everything for lasagna.
Okay.
And what day should we do that? I think Tuesday.
Tuesday's lasagna.
Tuesday's lasagna day. I will bring everything for lasagna. And I think we use the recipe word for word.
Yes.
Along with the exploded view, and we try to match up stuff with the exploded view. Every shot that we do, we spend the time the lasagna layer, things like that. We try to make it line up so we have line art and the videos and graphics to go with it at the same time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where, and then we can make a digital version of it that overlays on top of the real lasagna. So you take your digital 3D model, right?
Yeah.
You put it over the pan of lasagna, right? And then we have it explode out. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
In that. But we video the entire thing. We do it upstairs in the we have to do it early in the morning. So first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be so loud up there.
Yeah.
We have to do it very early in the morning.
Breakfast lasagna.
Well, I mean, to cook lasagna is gonna take a couple hours. So we'd have it by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Breakfast
lasagna. Let it sit for an hour to rest, and then by lunchtime we're actually cooking. We're actually eating. It's not a terrible idea, right?
No, it's not bad.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We could easily do that.
Yeah. And we'll make it with meat.
Yeah.
What's in the recipe? Was it sausage?
I don't know.
All right. Live stream's out. Bye.
Bye.